babe.
It's been described as the best, worst movie ever, and I think it's safe to say no other piece of media created could hold such an honoured distinction. Of course I'm talking about The Room, the cult classic dark comedy released in 2003, written, directed, produced and starring Tommy Wiseau. Yep, it's one of those movies. This masterpiece centres around Johnny, arguably the perfect man with an impeccable life. Unfortunately for Johnny, his fiancée, the beautiful Lisa, is dissatisfied with her perfect life and begins having an affair with his best friend, the oh so captivating Mark. What follows is a gripping, scandalous drama about love, betrayal, and all that juicy stuff that comes in between that will leave you in tears of laughter. The movie, The Room, is fantastic.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
It has gained such an enormous cult following that it ended up having a game based on it 7 years later. 7 years. That's enough time for Sonic Team to release 20 Sonic games.
Oh no.
Video games based on movies have been generally awful since, what, the 1990s? It became clear that games were being made with no love for the source material. I mean, apart from the good ones. But that's probably due to the pressure of time and like just trying to cash in on the popular film and all that. AAA studios. Spider-Man 2 was good.
Oh no.
Then you have the fan-made game based on The Room, created by the legends over at Newgrounds, coded by Tom Fulp, art by JohnnyUtah and music by Oney. Named The Room Tribute, I don't think there has ever been a more faithful adaptation of a film in the history of gaming. What started out as an April Fool's joke that was only supposed to be made in a week ended up taking several months, turning into a fully fleshed point-and-click game that fills in the glaringly obvious plot holes. Like the one character, Peter, who disappears halfway through the movie because the actor had obligations to another film. So they just replaced him with another completely different actor in the movie and acted like nothing happened. Wanna know what happens to him in the game? He's hit by a car. Bang! Plot hole filled, a man is dead.
Tom Fulp even went so far as plotting out how many days the game takes place over and what events took place on what day.
The game follows the exact plot of The Room, but with the twist that it follows the character of Johnny exclusively. The genius of this is a significant chunk of the film's major plot points take place with Johnny absent, like Lisa hooking up with Mark on the stairs, the most comfortable place for lovemaking, or Claudette claiming she definitely has breast cancer. Despite this, The Room Tribute still tells a cohesive story, which is easy to follow, even if you haven't seen the movie, and it's quite interesting to see everything from Johnny's perspective. Finding out that Lisa doesn't love him is more of a surprise because you don't see her say it 73 times throughout the course of the movie.
I don't love him anymore.
And I don't love him anymore.
I don't love Johnny.
I don't love Johnny anymore.
But I don't love him.
I love how they portray events that happen in the movie. Like my favourite scene in the film, where Mike is telling Johnny about his knickers, and then Denny shows up and they start playing football. Then Mark shows up, probably after banging some hot chick, and nudges Mike into a pile of bins which gives him a concussion. I laugh my ass off every time because it is so utterly unnecessary. This is how they do it in The Room Tribute. That extra video game flair. Speaking of video game flair, I need to talk about the battles. Yeah, there's an RPG battle system in this game and it's fantastic. The first instance you encounter it is when Denny is getting bothered by Chris R for his drug money. Why did Denny get the drugs, I hear you ask? Well, according to his diary, he got the drugs for Mark, who never paid him back. Boom! Plot hole filled, Mark is a dick. So, Johnny and Mark rock up, see Denny is getting harassed, and it turns into a Pokemon battle. The fact that Oney managed to make the Room theme sound like it'd be at home in a Pokemon game is a testament to his talent as a musician. The combat system is fairly shallow, but so is the movie's plot, so shots fired. Take that, movie I enjoy watching. The dialogue in the game is broken up by small mini-games that really add to the flavoursome flavours. For example, take this conversation Johnny is having with Denny, where Denny admits that he's cracking a fat every time he looks at Lisa. In the movie, they're tossing a football back and forth as the conversation progresses. This is turned into a mini-game where you have to nail the throw and run to the right point to catch it. It really breaks up the monotony of the dialogue. A lot of other visual novel games would have the sprites stand on screen as lines and lines of dialogue pour through with nothing much happening. I'm from the internet generation. I need to be constantly occupied, otherwise I start lighting fires or posting alt-right tweets. On top of that, there are 20 spoons throughout the game to collect, which unlock a secret ending. A charming reference to the photos of spoons that pop up throughout the film, and the fact that audiences throw plastic spoons at the screen at theatrical screenings of the film. It's so good, I love it. The level of depth in this game is beautiful. It's a gorgeous testament to the power of fans. The best comparison I can make is the Room tribute is to the Room movie what Sonic Mania is to the Sonic franchise. A fantastic dedication to a well-loved piece of media. It's a missed opportunity by the marketing team of The Disaster Artist to not get this game re-released on mobile devices to help with the promotion of the film. It would have been perfect. I love The Room. So much that I dressed up as Johnny in an old video I made. Boom! Plot hole filled. I was cringy in my early 20s. I love this game. It's so much better than it has any right to be. I highly recommend checking it out if you have an hour to spare. I've put the link in the description. Also, word of advice, make sure to explore the world in the final act of the game. Don't just stay in your apartment and smash things. I could talk about this game for hours, but I'm not Shay-Mei and this is not Pokemon Ruby. So, instead, I'll leave you with the immortal words of Tommy Wiseau.
I think it's funny because the guys didn't even realize.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Josh.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I know I've been a bit absent lately, but like every YouTuber says, that's gonna change. Yeah, if you like this video, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Tell me in the comments your favorite moment from The Room, and let's just talk about how much we love this movie. Is anyone seeing The Disaster Artist? I've just finished reading the book, and I'm really excited to see the film. It's gonna be good. Subscribe, link to the Discord if you want to chat in the group Discord. That's in the description as well. Come hang out, let's have some fun. Love you!